So that semi-famous video about SGT 07, SGT Bull 07, Sean G. Turnbull, whatever the hell it is. I really don't give a damn too much about that stuff. You see, he's exposed. He's a marketing guy. I figured that from day one, but I never really followed the guy. Actually, the guy, I think I said something on his channel, and it wasn't like bad against him or nothing. It was like one thing. He blocked me right off the bat 2 years ago. It was just something he didn't like because I disagreed with him. I said, what a punk. I didn't want to watch him anymore, you know? And, I'll block people if they get ridiculous. Some people do, but screw it, I mean, I got time for freaking petty bullshit, overdoing it. But normally I don't. But that guy, man, he's like a real, that's why I turned off. I was like, forget about this guy. Actually, he was carrying my videos on his channel, and I was getting more views. Actually, his channel, like if he carries your videos, you get a lot more views, right? But then it came out with a video that says, I thought him and Brother John F. and some of these other guys were a bunch of bullshit, so he don't want to carry him anymore. I don't really care, man. I'll do this YouTube. If this freaking YouTube don't make money, really, because I don't really work this thing, But, I don't play the marketing game where I got this over here and that over here and stuff. I don't play that game, but I just kind of do it. But, if this thing made a lot of money or something, I'd be cool with it. But I'm doing it more because it's more fun. And, it's more enjoyable to me. I don't like working with the professional dorks. I want to, choke them out and, kick them in the nuts and take Missy and freaking smash her head in when I'm at the office, you know what I mean? Those people aggravate the shit out of me because they're a bunch of freaking dweebs. I don't like them. I like to work, but that's the reason why I work with devils. Get right in there with the devil, and we go to town, we make some money, man. Shrewdness is the way to be. And there's a lot of stories I could tell you going way back, but I can't. Man, I could tell you some really freaking wild stories. You wouldn't believe it. Better than Alex Jones ever could. You guys are... Or Bill Hicks. Bill Hicks, is that really who he is? I don't know. Guy's a bunch of crap. Now, let's talk about something else. Lindsey Williams. And I know what you're thinking, because the guy makes me cringe, too. But, I swear, he is talking to somebody that has some brains, not him. He is talking to somebody that's got some brains. That pretty much knows what's going on the inside, more or less. This thing with Egypt, it's playing out as they say. I said, a lot of people go, oh, the Muslim Brotherhood is being backed by the Obama administration. It's being backed by the Western bankers and stuff like that. And they're not really being backed by the Western bankers or whatever the hell you want to call it. They're just being backed to create tension and turmoil and bring Egypt down and the Middle East down and let it go up in flames. And they're just basically disking them. They're creating turmoil over there. That's the only reason they're backing the Muslim Brotherhood. It isn't over any ideology or anything like that. So, today, it looks like, or just real recently, it's Mohammed El-Bardid. Oh, damn it. Mohammed, I can always say that word. El-Baradei. He looks like he's the Energy Agency Director. And he's actually possibly could be the next... he looks like he's emerging as Egypt's interim prime minister. So basically he's in charge of the country, after the military, you want to call it. He canceled his appearance on Meet the Press Sunday because he said the country was in such turmoil and that Egypt is totally falling apart. And actually he was speaking on air with him, and he said that he had laryngitis and a fever. Well, sometimes it's an indicator that you're emotionally worried about something, so you physically get sick. So the situation in Egypt is pretty bad. And this looks like he's the interim prime minister. That was coming from him. Another person named Mohammed. It's El Baradei, whatever it is. I think that's how you say his name. But that's right to plan. What do you think they're doing? They're not backing the Muslim Brotherhood because they want the Muslim Brotherhood in power. They just want Egypt and Libya and everywhere else to go at odds with each other. That's all they want. They want total turmoil in the Middle East, and they're going to dish the place. I think the stuff with Lindsey Williams, not him, but the guy who told him this stuff, it's probably legit. It's probably legit. And, they're going to default on a debt. That's something else, I think, too. I think they are going to default on a debt. It's not going to be right away, though. It ain't going to be like when Sprott tells us he's going to default on a debt, or Max Kaiser, but they're probably going to default on a debt, and that's really why you keep gold and silver. Another thing, Jim Rogers, he had another interview with him. And this guy's like pissing me off because he was talking about the commodity super cycle, and he's saying that gold and silver could be down and making a nice bottom in 2014 or 2015. And I'm hoping it ain't going to be that damn long, because that's a long ass time. But, I actually don't trust Jim Rogers. I don't trust him. I mean, he ain't really telling you everything that he really thinks. Guy's full of it, man. He's not telling you the whole deal. He's not. And, you don't know really what he's doing. I mean, he says he's going to wait for possibly for gold to go down below 1,000. I don't know if he's really doing that. I don't know. But, the thing is, he ain't God, and he don't know every damn thing either. He knows enough that he makes enough money. Oh, I just want to point out, too, if you freaking always buy on a low and you sell on a high, oh, man, you know how astronomically wealthy you would be inside of a year? You'd be the richest man on earth, flat out, inside of a year. I don't care if you started out with $1,000. You would be so nobody does that damn good. You gotta actually play the game where you keep enough cash on hand to last so long, and then you make your play. And then sometimes maybe you'll sell a little early, but that's just how it is. Nobody gets it perfect, man. So I mean, I don't know. Jim Rogers is talking about this 2014-2015 deal where it can make a nice bottom. And he does say something I realized though was true. It's a big common sense thing. With the mines, right now, the gold and silver, it's like the mining cost is higher than the price. The price is below what it costs to mine. But it can go like that for a long time. It's almost like even in the real estate sector. And people bitch about, pumping and dumping the markets. They pump and dump every market there is and everything there is, including real estate, hair care products, you name it. I mean, you name it. It could be Disneyland, for crying out loud, But they do it in everything. But as far as it could actually stay down. He makes an important point, which I knew this was a fact, though. It takes a lot of money to close a mine and a lot of money to open up a mine again. So they're reluctant to close the mines, because it means they have to pay money to close it, and then they have to pay money to open it up and get going again if the price jumps up, so they want to wait. But, it's like the price of silver and gold can be below the production cost for quite a while. That is true. I mean, I know it's true here. What I'm thinking, though, is, and I've been talking about this for freaking 2 years now, is or just about, I'd say about a year or more than a year, because I figured the first thing where it could possibly happen was the spring of 2012, late spring 2012, was the Middle East going up in flames. War with Iran or something tremendous happening where there's major tensions in the world. And usually when that area really goes up hard, if you're talking about when we had the Iraqi war back in the 70s, that's when the commodities were going up, oil was going up, gold was going up, and silver was going up. If you get some really, really bad tensions, I'm not talking like, Desert Storm, there was, a lot of bombardment beforehand, and then they had a 100-hour ground war. It actually turned out much, much faster ground war than anybody expected. That was not the estimate. At the time, they thought there was going to be tens of thousands of casualties. They didn't know it was going to happen like that. They didn't know. So, that's why you didn't see gold and silver and oil flying up during Desert Storm. But if there's a real confrontation, and even it could be between Muslim nations, you're going to see that stuff go way to hell up. That's why, I don't know, under normal circumstances, the price of gold and silver could stay down a lot longer. I don't know about that. See, that's where Jim Rogers could be totally off. Now, something else we talk about is Steve Cohen. Now, you talk about wealthy people. Cohen is, New York. This guy's got like, I don't know how many billions he's really got. He's got like way to hell over 10 billion. It's ridiculous. And I know whatever they say on Forbes probably isn't even what he has. He probably has a lot more of it. But they were trying to go after him for inside trading. The government. But basically, the statute of limitations is up on July 5th, so he's off the hook. What else is new, right? And but that's really, when I'm giving you advice about any of this stuff about the gold and silver or whatever the hell it is, the only ones that really get filthy rich are inside traders, man. Inside people. The people, like, it's a fact. Ben Bernanke talks to people before he opens his mouth at an FOMC meeting. I mean, you know this. I mean, I don't know that, like, personally, but he does talk to his inside friends and things like that. And what he says can make a market go one way or the other. That's a fact. And if you only bet on inside information, say what Ben Bernanke's going to say or something else, I mean, even if you only do that 4 or 5 times a year, you're going to make a whole hell of a lot of money. That, I don't know. I don't know what the inside information is. I think there's some merit to with this guy that told Lindsey Williams some stuff. I think there's some merit to that. And, I don't think anybody even knows how that's going to play out exactly, because they're, I just noticed it's almost like things can change in a heartbeat. That's just how it is. It's like that in anything. It's like that in business or whatever the hell it is. There could always be the unexpected that could happen. But, I got gold and silver for another reason, though. I personally can't stand the financial dorks in the system. I want to see them bleed dry. I don't want them to even have a reason to breathe air. That's basically how I think of them. Like, in other words, they can't collect a fee off of a hunk of metal that I own. That's all there is to it. The IRS can go to fucking hell. The whole bullshit. That's the way I look at it. If I got a piece of freaking metal and I want to go buy, I don't know, a 1986 Evo Superglide or some shit, Harley, right? The better ones back then, right? That's about a good year. And I can say, hey, I got some silver, it's worth like it's $100 an ounce, to say. I'll make the trade directly. No bullshitting around. You know what I mean? That's what I'll do. So that's one reason I got the metals, because it keeps you right the hell out of the bullshit. If you believe in paper, you ought to just print paper and, spend all you can. Just be like another Bernanke. Now, as far as Bernanke, a lot of people have been talking, like, in established media, whatever the hell it is, that he was doing a really good job. Now, I'm going to say this. I think he did a terrible job because the price of silver and gold went down. Now, I personally, if gold and silver was going up, all the people with gold and silver, they knock them. That's not my strategy. I say, Ben, you're doing a great job. Keep the price going up. I think that's fantastic. These people in the gold and silver area that knocked Ben Bernanke left and right, told him he was an idiot. It's like you already put yourself and set yourself up for total confrontation with the Federal Reserve. I'd call that freaking plain stupid. And, Ron Paul was showing his coin. This is money, Ben. I mean, I don't even know if this guy's legit. I don't trust any of these guys in the alternative. Politicians, I don't trust any of them. None of them. So, next time it goes up, let's praise Ben. I swear to God, when it goes up, say it says Janet Yellen's in there or whatever, I'm going to say, Janet, you're doing a great job. The economy is doing great. silver and gold are going up. That's what I'm gonna say. That is actually gonna be my message. If this goes up, the other pumpers or whatever the hell they are, they're gonna be saying, "Oh, the Fed is bad. The Fed is evil." I'm gonna say, "No, the Fed is great. Keep it up. Keep that QE gas on. I want you to hit the afterburners. I want you to put a turbocharger and a supercharger on a QE and hit it hard." Because I want the gold and silver to go up. And I want all you banksters to try, I'll sell it to you banksters, man. I mean, if you want, Central Bank wants some silver, I'll sell it to you at $1,500 an ounce. No problem. I think that's a good deal because it's going to go higher. It's going to go higher. I'll sell it to this guy, Steve Cohen. I mean, I think that would be a great hedge. If I sold him silver right now, $1,500 an ounce, I think he'd be safe. A guy like him, and I can have it blessed by the Pope. I don't give a shit. I know he's Jewish, but so what? Gives you a little extra karma with that silver. So that's how I look at it, But let me put it to you this way. I've always been in with the devils. I don't know, wherever I go, it seems like I'm in with the devil. So right now, I want to play around with this YouTube thing for a while. And my message is always going to be a little bit different from the other people. I know that. I wish I could put some other stuff out here, man. You wouldn't believe it. I mean, there's a lot of crazy stories out there that are crazier than the shit you even... I mean, not lizard people. I'm not talking like that. But there's a lot of crazy stories out there, stuff that goes on that you just wouldn't believe. There actually is a financial... From my understanding, there is another type of financial system that you really don't see. You don't see. There's a lot of stuff that goes on, and I can't really say. I mean, I actually hinted at more stuff than I should have, but there's a lot of stuff that does go on, and it makes me think that the whole financial system is going to collapse at one point in time, and that really makes it true that your gold and silver is going to be your ultimate safety, because you just can't bullshit metal that's been around for thousands of years and used as a storage of wealth. You just can't bullshit into thin air what it is. I mean, everything else you can, but you can't do that with the metal itself. And that's just going back to 101 common sense.